What's up, guys? Welcome back to Girls Love Talk with Taylor Marie. If you are new here, please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on any of the other videos, including this one here. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for being here as well. So, I'm going to jump straight into it, and I'm going to say the thing with Jaguar, right, is that she I'll say this: she shouldn't be doing the things that she's been doing. She's said a lot of crazy things, done a lot of crazy things, um, and it's not okay. But I'll say this: I'm gonna speak to her entertainment side. She, because this is not some woman who's just literally like cuckoo, like to where she's never in her right mind or never really, like, she has no type of intelligence to herself. She knows that if you're going to be on YouTube, or if you're doing any type of thing where you're entertaining people, because she comes from entertainment, right? She was in the music industry for years. She knows that once you have an audience, aka people who are willing to pull up and hear what you got to say or what you got to sing, or what you're showing them, after that, all that's left to do is to keep feeding them whatever it is that you feel like they are rocking with, right? So if she knows that, hey, people know me, people knew me because of what I, did. I was known for my singing and whatnot, but now they really take to me because of the interviews I've done, or just videos I've done where I've spoken out on a lot of things that I've witnessed or experienced while being in the music industry. I got to keep talking about that, right? So that's what she does. And then on top of that, she is known to overshare as far as her personal life goes, as far as her sex life and all types of things, right? Even records her manic moments, or the people around her record them. Um, and it's just like, it's not right. I don't agree with her showing us and giving us certain stuff, but she knows that she has an audience. She knows she has an audience. So, and she knows that that's what, it's sad to say, but that's what a lot of people want to see. A lot of people love to watch a train wreck. And I hate to refer to her as that, but it kind of is like that at times with her. Is she wild all the time? No, because I've seen her talking to other people and just sounding as calm as possible and so intelligent and so well put together. And then there's other times where she gets to, like, she'll start off that way and then she starts rambling off and going into other areas of just saying some kind of wild stuff, right? So I just feel like she's giving what she feels like the people want. Okay. And she loves the attention. And I feel like part of her fell in love with attention from being in the spotlight, being in the music industry for years. Okay. And knowing that if people like what it is that you're giving them, you got to keep doing it, right? So that's what it is with her. And I think that because the music industry shut her out so long ago, and she never really was able to make like a comeback in it, now that she's found a platform where people actually do find her interesting and really care about what it is that she got going on or what it is she has to say, she has fallen in love with that. And I can't blame her for entertaining people. It's the way she does it. It's the way she does it. You should not, everything about your life, and that's when it comes to anybody on here, everything about your life is not to be told or shown. It's not. That's one thing I already know as a viewer and as a creator. everything is not to be shared. It's not. But for her, um, she knows too that, for one, it's her mental issues. I think that kind of make her go into these awkward places. But it's also her knowing that, look, people want the real, raw, uncut. That definitely draws people in too. People want the good, bad, and the ugly. Um, but it's just, at times it's too much. The outlandish stories. I'm gonna talk about the situation that recently she talked about, her and Goomba, her husband. Now with that car fire situation and the kissing the girl at the bar situation. For me, now I spoke about this in my last video, which I must say I don't really like that video because I found out, and I found out through somebody making a mean comment under the video, that I had the music playing too loud. But I'm new to this, y'all, so bear with me. But thanks for the feedback anyway. um, that story that you told, I mentioned it. I didn't, by any means, I do not mean to be. I'm not trying to make Jaguar Wright my content. Like, she is definitely not a focal point for me and will not be a focal point for my channel. Just gotta make that be clear. But I spoke to that situation because I thought it was an interesting story. I'm just like, wow, what? It's just one of the things you hear and you're like, what the hell? So the girl at a bar thing, I mean, that was really nothing to me, because it's like, I think she's already spoken on her being into women and men, and all of that stuff. Like, again, she's already a person who shares a lot with us. So I didn't really care too much about that. I think it was just the fact that she was trying to say, like, oh, the girl put it on TikTok and this, that, and it's like, and now that I think about that story, I'm like, who's the girl? Like, what's her name? Because I don't even think I heard her say the girl's name, or what the girl's TikTok name is, or nothing like that. So that's kind of, like, interesting. And a lot of people would be like, well, why would you lie about that? Because I know that's how I felt. But people do, stretch things just for the heck of it sometimes. So anyway, I don't really care about that. It's the fire part that got me, and I think it's the fire part that got a lot of people too talking. Was the car being on fire. The fact that your husband, no, I'm gonna start with her. The fact that she drove home from the bar drunk, and Goomba was drunk as hell too. Um, or I don't want to say home, but they're traveling, so they were driving to the hotel. Girl, why are we just act like that was nothing? Like, she was drunk driving. Like, that's dangerous. This is what I mean. Like, damn the crazy stuff she said on YouTube, because she know that that's gonna get people watching and whatnot. She know what people want to hear. They want to hear the crazy stuff. But and plus sometimes she really do be, kind of spiraling and, going off into a whole nother zones when she's talking. Maybe the mental illness, maybe partially I want to entertain side, right? But we're not gonna skate past the fact that her and him was drunk driving, because that's what I mentioned. That's what I did mention in my last video that I did on her. That drunk driving part is just like, whoa, you already got mental health issues and you out here drinking. You shouldn't even be drinking. You shouldn't be smoking. None of that. But I digress. And then, but I guess they had to get home some way, and y'all went out and but people do that all the time. So I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying it's not something I never heard of, but it's wild. So there's that. Then there's the fact that y'all get back to the hotel. Y'all are supposedly arguing about this kiss that you had with the girl at the bar, and which speaks a lot to the ideas that people have about their relationship. People feel like Goomba really is not respected as a man, so much. But I don't even care to really get into that. Let's talk about the fact that he decided to take his drunk self for a drive. You're so mad that, and you're so intoxicated that you decide, I'm gonna get up out of here. So that just That's wild. Um, wow. I'm just like, again, drunk driving, crazy. But somehow, some way, he thought about it and said, you know what, let me pull over because I am too faded. Called and talked to his wife and, agreed to catch a Uber Lyft back to the hotel. So you left your car just randomly at a plaza or something. That's wild too. But I mean, thank God you got out of the car and stopped driving because you could have hurt yourself and you could have harmed others. And on top of that, if the police would have got behind you, that would have been the next story we would have been hearing about is Goomba got arrested. Okay, and we need y'all to get together and cash out to donate because we so thank God, he didn't get hurt from that. And then with the car being on fire. Now everybody want to break down and dissect that situation on if it's real or not, and I can't blame them because a lot of stuff that goes on with them, especially being that it's been so many things that have happened with them within just the past 2 to 3 weeks alone. I can't blame them for wanting to dissect that and basically say that it sounds made up. But I will just say this again: the main part I'm gonna speak on is the fact that y'all, he could have, if the car actually caught on fire like Goomba, that could have been you. Um, it really could have. Or it could have been anybody else. Or now people, I saw the people breaking it down about how that could be fake, and I'm like, they got some damn good points. They really do. They do. Can't lie, they do. But my whole thing is just that I wanted to, keep reiterating that whole drunk driving part and all of that because my thing is this: damn the antics that y'all pull on the internet where y'all talking all about your sex life and all this crazy stuff, or y'all getting into it with other content creators. It's the real life stuff that y'all doing that is really gonna mess y'all up. You mixing medications with alcohol and weed. I think she smoked weed. I don't know. I thought that's what she said. That's horrible. And then Goomba, I think they said he kind of got like some struggles with his mental health a little bit, or maybe like some past trauma or whatnot, that still has an effect on him. And then the fact that he's making decisions like this, where he's taking off drunk in a car, lets me know too that although he may seem like he got more sense than Jaguar, more often than Jaguar, he's not really the best decision maker as well. So it just goes to show that it's to speak to some of the stuff that people have been saying, that I saw people saying yesterday, is that it don't matter that I mean, I guess it matters, I guess it don't, but to me, it doesn't matter what these content creators that she does, hop on that platform and she talks to. It don't matter that y'all feel like they don't ask her enough questions about this and that and really try to dissect things, because ultimately if she gonna share what she want to share. She's gonna do what she wants to do. It's up to the people who are really within her inner circle, as to what they do, because they give her a lot of liberty, and kind of as they should, because she's a grown woman, really. And it's kind of hard to control an adult who is very much like, baby, I'm doing what I want to do, and who is rebellious and just always interested in engulfing themselves in drama, I guess. But yeah, it's up to those people. It's not up to the people who she mix and mingle with on these YouTube streets. It's really not. I mean, it may sound kind of messed up, but it's not. They're not her responsibility. She's not their responsibility. And let's be clear, I feel like the people that she talks to, they like talking to her because they feel it. they get a good vibe from her. They feel like she has a good spirit. She does talk very well and very calm and whatnot. It's just that due to her mental illness slash wanting to entertain people, she starts to ramble and start going, into where she's doing and saying, a lot of wild stuff. It's just that. But I think, I'm gonna assume that these people that she really take to, that they don't mean no harm. But no shade, I can't blame people for questioning that, because there are a lot of people who use her as content just as like a key and a cackle. It's true. um but as far as the beef goes with her and the arguments that she has, the back and forth she having with these other content creators, all I can say to that is that the only way the only way to really like not go back and forth with her is to really tune her out. Like, do not go back and forth with her. Say what you gotta say, especially if she's out here disrespecting you, because I've heard her mouth, like I think we all have. She gets very disrespectful, and she does say some stuff that about people that they have to come back and say, hey, like, that's not true, and don't be speaking on me like that, and this that, so defend yourselves. But that's not something that I would literally spend time going back and forth over the internet trying to speak to every time she says something. So it's just like, how it is. If you don't feed the fire, okay? What's that saying? If you argue with a fool long enough, you won't be able to tell who's the fool. I think it's something like that. So I just feel like that's the best thing that y'all could do, in my opinion. But I know y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. But and then see, let me make this point too. Now, if you decide to do that, then I know you probably don't care. You guys probably don't care, but if you do decide to do that, then it's kind of like, don't feel away if people on the outside looking in, people are just on the outside looking in, watching and listening, start to feel like, okay, part of you likes the back and forth, and part of you feel like, let me do this because I'm benefiting from it. Like, so that's why it's just like, it's not even worth it. Especially if you are one of those people who believe that this girl is not in her right now mind, she needs help. Then it's like, why would you be constantly going back and forth with her? Why? Because she's saying some bogus stuff about you. That's so. Shout out to Storm Monroe, I have to say, for how he handles Jaguar, because we all know their whole situation of their fallout and everything. And we do see and hear how she continues to speak on him and, call him out his name and all of that. But I feel like he handles it pretty well. He don't get like super riled up about it. He just talk about it, and be done with it. So his last video that he did, I like how calm he was, how he was just like, man, look, I can't even take her serious. Now he did drop some bombs to me when he showed that, when he basically spoke to her husband Goomba, like saying like, I don't really feel like he really rock with you like that, either, because he's an enabler and he's a user as well, and he puts a price on your head. And he showed that Goomba, like, I guess when he asked him, hey, I want to do an interview with you on basically the stuff that happened at the barbershop, and Goomba is responding saying 25K, nothing less. What? I had to laugh at that, because I'm like, first of all, who the hell can pay y'all 25,000 for? Second of all, you don't eat. That Storm Monroe is somebody that Jaguar says that she can't even stand, that she can't not stand. So why are you even, you know what I mean? Like, entertaining that. And it says a lot too, because it's like, okay, so it's always about money. Mm, like I don't know. There's always a price for y'all. I don't know. That I think that was pretty crazy. But again, it goes back to what I was saying about like how people in it who are really, really within her circle, like her real life circle, they are the people who actually kind of have more of a chance to help her stay sane. You know what I mean? They are like anybody on here. We could tell her positive things and stuff like that. But sometimes you support people doing bad stuff without even necessarily realizing it. So if we, oh my God, Jaguar, you said this, then I mean we add into it. I mean, like for real. We don't, all of us don't mean to be that way, but some of us do. That's the truth. Some of us out here are really like, yeah, I'm with it. You want to be crazy enough to do this and that? Hey, keep it rolling. Yeah, a lot of people compare her to the whole Krishan Rock situation, which I can understand. I definitely can. I'm probably gonna do a video on Krishan as well because yeah, she's a handful too. But that's all I really had to say. I'm gonna keep it short with this, but Jaguar is not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. The only way I can see her going away from YouTube is if she has a situation where she literally like completely loses her mind to where it lasts for days and days and days and weeks and months. You know what I mean? Like it'll have to be that type of down spiral. Um, that I feel like would affect us seeing and hearing from her. Otherwise, she gonna be up on here. She gonna be up on here. And as far as the stories go, you can either take it as entertainment and not take it serious enough to where you're like, yeah, I really believe that, or run with it, or you take it how you take it. But we're not gonna stop seeing them. Goomba, I know a lot of people feel like he's a pushover. She emasculates him as a man and all of that. But I mean, obviously he like where he's at, so he's still there. Um, and again, to say something positive about her, because I don't want it to seem like I'm just laughing at her like she's a joke or something. I will say again, her personality, she seems like she's a really sweet lady. I love the fact that she talks about wanting to help people and whatnot, but at the same time, she's barely able to help herself. And how many of us know people who are like that, who always talk about wanting to help people and do this and do that, and I'm trying to teach people this, to give them that, and the whole time you need to be pouring into yourself, right? But yeah, y'all, that's my take on Jaguar, right? Um, as far as that whole car fire situation, people have already been dissecting it, breaking it down, making some really good points about how it's not true. But I don't even really care. I know I don't really care. I just care about the fact that those two, her and her husband, they be doing some stuff that really in their real life that can land them in some serious trouble. Okay, that's my whole thing. I don't give a damn about her really kissing somebody at the bar. I mean, who cares? If she made it up, she made it up. Like people, to be honest, a lot of people be on here making up stuff. She is not the only one. So if you want to be a person who calls out people making up stuff, baby, you're gonna have content for days, for weeks, for years, because a lot of people be out here, putting on. But for me, it's the safety part that gets me, because I just don't want us to ever hear be on here and have to hear something tragic about her or him, especially with y'all doing stuff like that, like So you guys can let me know what y'all think about this situation, this recent situation with them, or any of the other situations with them too, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, and if you like this video, go ahead and check out some of the other content that's on here. I am on here and I'm new to it, but I will be consistent. And, anything that there is that you may not be feeling, don't worry about it, because guess what? It only gets better with time. So, with that being said, I'm out, you guys. Have a good rest of your Sunday. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.